alerts, and we know after last Friday that we can make a difference and we can make a change and keep what we need if we are active and we make sure our voice is heard. So what I'm asking you to do is stop and get our little piece of paper. You can sign up online to support After School. We have a laptop set up. Take papers, put them on your at your family sign-out area, set up a laptop, see if your school or your organization or your church can sign on, because we want to protect these kids and we want to protect them and help them grow and be healthy. And I think we can do it. I think we've got a shot. We're blessed in this state to have Cory Booker and Bob Menendez as our senators. Some other states are not so lucky. But it doesn't mean, because we know they are supportive of After School, that you have to stand back. A couple weeks ago, I talked to somebody in Bob Menendez's office, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm calling you every day, I'm probably bugging you. He said, no. He said, you don't understand. If you stop calling, because you assume we're going to do what you want us to do, the people that want to do the bad thing, they don't stop calling. They keep calling, and they have to count every single letter. Did you know that? Every letter, every call. Do not mail letters in envelopes, because it takes a while to count them, because they have to send them to be irradiated in case they have anthrax. That's why we ask you to send postcards. You can call, you can fax, you can email. I do all three every day. And I think it's important. They just have to have that in front of them, because if their aide says to them, the aides are the one that knows what happening. So if anybody here from Morris County, okay, you have, I always say his name wrong, Rodney Freelinghauser. I always say it wrong. How do you say it? Freelinghausen? It sounds like a beer. I don't know. And he is critical, because he is on the Appropriations Committee. He never really played a big part, but if you are in Morris County, you hound him. You ask him, even if you work in an after-school program in Newark, 21st Century, doesn't matter if it's just his district, you need to see if he would come to your programs and see them. They have no idea. They need to hear your stories, and they need to hear stories from your families. So please, 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 are we all going to write? Yes. Are we all going to fax? Yes. Are we all going to call? Yes. Are we going to save After School? Yes. All right. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Lauren from the Newark Arts Education Roundtable. Thank you all for being here today. I know we're happy to be here, and we're happy that so many of our programs could be a part of the day today, and that you now have had the opportunity to see some of the great things happening here in Newark, as well as in other communities. I just wanted to sort of piggyback a little bit on what Diane was speaking of, but I'm going to be a little bit more brief because she was so thorough, and I appreciate that. And so the arts are obviously just as much under threat right now in terms of federal funding as After School is. And so I would encourage you to do the exact same thing that Diane did, but I would also want to point you to some important resources that are actually available directly on our website. If you go to newarkartsed.org, there's a resources tab, and on that resources tab, the very first thing you will see at the top of the page is support from Art Pride New Jersey, Americans for the Arts, and the Arts Ed Now campaign. All three of those websites have templates for you, so you don't have to think about what you're writing to that senator. You can just plug and paste. And as well as when there are sort of those alerts and calls to action that Diane was mentioning, when like really something important is coming through and timing is really critical, those three websites will link you to exactly the language you need, who you need to send it to, when, where, how, and why. Our funding also comes largely in part from the National Endowment for the Arts, so it's very critical to the work that we're doing here in Newark, but I would also remind you that it's really critical to the work happening in all of our schools for all of our kids. The arts are often